Hi. So I wanted to make a Harry Potter video because that was incredible. Like, really, did you expect anything else? And I was gonna do it on Friday because I went to the midnight movie, and then I was like, no, I'll give people a chance to like see the movie. And so right now it's currently Sunday afternoon. But I probably won't get to upload until tomorrow or Tuesday because I'm house sitting and they don't have Wi-Fi. Well, they do, but I don't know the password. But so like this won't get uploaded. But if you haven't seen Harry Potter by the time I've uploaded this, like really, what have you been doing with your life? Because you're missing out. Okay, but so I just wanted to like give a little Harry Potter video. Because Harry Potter's a big part of my life. Okay, I'm really sad, and I literally sobbed when it was over. So let's not even go there. Okay, but so some of it was like nitpicky, but like really, I mean, if that's really like, there was no huge like things because it was a really solid ending. Like it was done really well. I liked they included a lot of the lines, like the good lines, directly from the books. Like a lot of the time, like my favorite line in the book is never in the movie, but this one, like almost the entire Resurrection Stone scene was like directly from the book. A lot of the King's Cross stuff was directly from the book. Yeah, and like Molly's line, obviously, like so a lot of it was directly from the book, which I loved because that's it's I don't know, like my favorite line is never in the movie, and so that was really cool that I recognized a lot of it. Um, yeah, and Crab, I'm confused by the whole like room of requirement scene because all that stuff is supposed to be Crab. Like all of Goyle's shooting fire and trying to kill them is all supposed to be Crab. And then he saves Goyle and Draco. And then that Blaze guy who was in the sixth movie for like 16 seconds, I'm not sure why he was even there. But I guess someone said that the guy who plays Crab was like doing something else or whatever. But so that's understandable. But I was kind of like, why wasn't he there? Okay, and the kiss, which, right, so cute. But here's the thing: why do they keep like privatizing these very public kisses? Because Ginny and Harry's first kiss is supposed to be in a huge crowd, like, and everyone sees them. And then Ron and Hermione's first kiss is at least supposed to be in front of Harry. Like, and so I loved that they still kissed and everything, but I wish almost it would have been a little more, like, public. I don't know, they always make the kisses very private, when in the books they're always very public. But, and I don't know, I just love them, but, like, at the same time, in the book, the kiss is so cute because, like, she initiates it because Ron, like, has become wonderful, and he, like, says that thing about the house elves, like, well, we need to protect them, and she's just like, light bulb. And so it was really, I mean, it was cute both ways, don't get me wrong, it was adorable, and I'm really glad that it was so cute. Okay, they're adorable. Okay, and then these were just my random, like, ravings, so they're not really in any order. Ginny didn't look very old in the ending. Harry looked late, mid-30s, okay, that's cool. Ron looked older. And the girls didn't look super old to me, so I wasn't, but whatever. I don't care. It was wonderful. Ron, at the very beginning, see, I told you there's no order, with his Gringotts disguise looked like CJ Bones, like when he had his longer hair. Like, I was like, whoa, it was crazy. Okay. The beginning was so fast. Like, I feel like it started, and then all of a sudden, like, the battle was begun at Hogwarts, and I was like, what? Like, it was just like, bam, bam, bam. They were like, Shell Cottage, Gringotts, escaped, we're back at Hogwarts. And I was like, okay. Also, I'll say that later. Because, okay, the Snape chapter and the Resurrection Stone part were both really, really good. Like, they included almost everything. And even, like, so Snape's was not all directly scenes, but there was that voiceover stuff. So I thought, even though it was a little different, it was so good. Like, the representations of those were so, so good. Okay, and then Neville and Molly are just, they're badasses. That's all I have to say. Like, really, they're awesome. And, like, I love the Midnight movies because everyone, like, claps at everything. So when they had their, like, epic moments, everyone was like, yeah, and, like, clapping, and it was crazy. Yeah, the end. They're awesome. How about Teddy appeared out of nowhere? Like, there's never any mention of Tonks being pregnant. They never, like, show the baby. And then Harry's like, but what about your son? And Lupin was like, one day he'll know. And I was like, we never mentioned him. Like, if I didn't know, I feel like I would have been like, felt like I missed something, because they never mention her being pregnant or having a kid or anything, and all of a sudden, like, bam, you have a kid. Okay, and this is just a general, like, thing, that Charlie Weasley is, like, so underappreciated. He's never there. Like, he is the lost Weasley. And that was really all, because just, like, all the other siblings always, like, have a part and stuff, and become relatively important throughout the series, except for Charlie. Has he ever been cast even? I think maybe he's in the 4th movie for like 6 seconds during the dragons, but that's really all. Yeah, okay, and then these were just my I wish these had been in the movie comments, but I mean, again, whatever. It was still amazing. Wormtail should have died, because they didn't do his... I understand that his death would have been very hard to explain the way it happens in the books, because he, like, you know, strangles himself because he feels guilt or remorse or whatever. So I understand that would have been very hard to convey on screen. But he should have at least died in the battle or something. Like, just because I feel like he got off, you know, than because they didn't kill him. Hagrid and McGonagall's sobs weren't nearly devastating enough for me, because in the books, those, like, break my heart when they're, like, sobbing. And so I would love... Hagrid, I'm sure, is a great, like, crier or whatever. So, like, I wish they would have been a little more devastated sounding. And again, I understand that would have been hard to, like, explain, but the whole... Not, like, Jesus, because, you know, but, like, how it's kind of like he sacrificed himself for everybody else, so then... they had his protection, like he had his mom's protection, like that would have been hard. I can see how that would have been hard to like convey on screen also, but I wish that kind of would have been in there. Okay, and then Percy's reunion, because Percy, and I couldn't remember because I haven't seen the earlier movies in a while, but considering if they have like a huge family feud with Percy, and then he's in the movie at the end, I mean, they don't like have his reunion, but he's like there again, and I feel like that should have been covered, like, I don't know. It didn't have to be so long or whatever, but okay. And then Fred's lack of death, which is so sad, right? In the book, it's like devastating. And in the movie, they just show his body, which is still, they had his whole family crying, which broke my heart also. But like, I feel like he was a big enough character that we should have like seen his death or something. I don't know. I just felt like I always thought it was kind of odd in the book too, where Tonks and Lupin just kind of are like, he just sees their body, like we don't know how they died or anything. But I don't know. I feel like for Fred, he's so much more important, and like I don't know. But I probably would have never recovered if they had shown his death also. But you know, okay. And then my only, this was really, I mean, these are all like nitpicky things. Like I really don't care. But like this, my only major thing was Dumbledore's lack of backstory, because I'm such a Dumbledore fangirl that like in the books, like I think that part was so important, because you like Dumbledore's always this perfect figure, you know, that you always like, you see Dumbledore and like he's just like incredible and they're like amazing, and then when you hear his backstory and like how he hung out with Grindelwald and everything, you have like doubts about him. And so like when you have those doubts, I think, and then later on when he explains everything in King's Cross and Aberforth explains some stuff, I think it becomes like you almost, I don't know, it sounds really cheesy, but like I liked him more after I found out all that stuff, because it made him more real. Like he wasn't perfect, he wasn't flawless, he had flaws and he overcame them. And like, I'm so cheesy. I'm such a fangirl. But, like, so I think that Dumbledore stuff is really important to, like, the overall, like, to his character development. I think that's very interesting and important to his character. But I can understand, they didn't set it up very well in part 1. And, like, it would have been kind of, I think if they had all done it in part 2, it would have been like, oh, hey, guess what? He wasn't a cool guy. But then a couple scenes later, oh, but don't worry, he was fine. So I can see where it would have been odd in the movie, but I think it would have been worth adding just for this fangirl right here, because I'm Dumbledore's girl through and through. Okay. But yeah, but overall, incredible. I cried like a baby. I wasn't ashamed. I sobbed. But, oh, so it was wonderful. I'm going to see it again on Wednesday, and I'm super pumped. So you guys should see it if you haven't seen it, and long live Harry, okay? Have a great week. Bye.